I look at this game and myself and a lot of other people, I look at this game as a rest game, bro. I feel like they were gonna have to
Yeah,
give one. And
yeah.
I'm not
You
trying
could
to
say
I agree
that,
with you,
yeah.
bro.
I'm
You
not
could
trying to
say that.
I
discredit the
agree with you, bro.
Wolves. I'm not trying to
Uh-huh.
discredit the Wolves because I think they're a phenomenal basketball team, a seasoned
Mhm.
playoff basketball team. But I don't think they're
Yeah.
better than the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'd be lying if I said that. Give me 1 second. All right. So last night, the Minnesota Timberwolves won big against the Oklahoma City Thunder, 143 to 101. Did y'all get a chance to catch the game?
Yeah, I was supposed to have a little bit. Off rip, bro. Minnesota came out strong, bro. Like they were physical. They're making their shots, bro. And I peeped too. The refs were not calling the usual fouls they usually do for Shea,
Mhm.
as they've been the last few games, bro. That's a big thing I peeped. Like you said, Tay, last video, it's gonna be a different whistle, bro. It's gonna be not gonna be the same. You can't be really relying on free throws, and it showed, bro.
Yeah,
They came out
100%.
strong in
I
the
saw
first quarter,
I
bro.
saw that last night too. That was the
Yeah,
main thing I was watching for. I was like, are they gonna be calling some of these questionable, the calls that get the boos? And it's like even when I thought, maybe there was enough content to get that whistle, bro, he did not
yeah,
get that whistle. So hey, maybe home court, matters more than we kind of give it credit for.
yeah,
Definitely. I mean, look at last night. I mean, Shea probably had one of his worst playoff games since like the first round. 4 for 13. I mean,
Yeah.
14 points total. No player on the Thunder scored 20 over. No one, even
yeah.
15 over. Like this was a
Bro.
straight.
Oh,
How to
do
That
say?
that
against for the
entire that
Timberwolves,
entire
bro.
yeah that entire team was outscored by Terrence Shannon Jr., bro.
Yeah, Shannon
Yeah.
Jr. outscored the MVP in
Yeah,
10 minutes. That's insane.
Yes.
literally, bro.
Like, and I gotta say they played their whole team too. Like everyone's played pretty much because of course it was a blowout. I mean, but I think you got to look at this as like maybe you should play some of your bench players. I mean, you look at Luke Garzar scored 7 points. Miller scored 11 points. And then Terrence Shannon scored 15 points. Maybe they should open up the whole team. Look at this because like usually they only play a 9-man rotation. Maybe
Yeah,
see if you could put in other players in the rotation in the
and
series to come.
I
I
see
mean,
the vision. I see the vision, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I see the
I
vision,
really
but I
it's kind of
think
just
in
like
like the games where it's closer, you gotta
yeah,
have guys on the floor who've had experience like Julius Randle and some of these other
yeah,
guys in the starting lineup, even McDaniels, guys who've played high level basketball and guys who
like
were on the team on a run last year. You know what I mean? So they've
yeah,
yeah,
already been
because
accustomed to playing playoff basketball. So I
you're
think
not going to give Luka Garza playoff minutes. Like let's just be honest. I'm not trying to say he's trash, but
it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to do
yeah,
that.
you want your best there. I mean, this is a night where Minnesota they were on one. Sorry, Kuz said like they were hitting the shots. Everybody was hitting the shots, so it was kind of just like
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they
But I
shot
will say
50%, 50% for three, 20 for four.
yeah,
That is amazing right there. You mean they've been shooting terribly in the series so far, but having a great game like this last night can switch the momentum for Game 4, trying to make it 2-2.
oh
And
no
yeah.
doubt, bro.
It's a
No
good thing, but
doubt,
it's also
no doubt, because Ant is
yeah,
passing the ball. That's what I'm saying. The whole team, but
mhm,
more specifically, when I was watching, Anthony Edwards was making, I call him one more passes, but he was really making those last passes to the open man. They were moving the
yeah,
ball very well. Like it wasn't one of those games where you have, the first or second option just forcing shots up or just like, just trying to get hot. It's more so
yeah.
like natural looks just coming off a great ball movement and spacing.
definitely. I mean, Ant almost had a triple double. I mean, he had almost a double double. Also, I mean, 9
Yeah, that
rebounds,
was
6
flow state
assists.
basketball. That was flow
I
state
mean,
basketball.
he did
Literally,
really
yeah,
good. And then Julius Randle came back with his 24, and we know he's going to do his job. We still haven't seen
No,
Rudy at all in this series, but what you said, Tay, he is playing against Harstein and Chet at the same time. Getting both of them on him at the same time.
Arnstein
Um,
got
yeah.
experience too, bro.
No, also
Arnstein
IP,
got
bro. Rudy Gobert, I haven't seen him play more than 30 minutes in this entire playoffs, bro.
I mean,
but
yeah,
a
it's been
Rudy,
20.
but a Rudy
It's been
Gobert big
25.
game is, I mean, it's
Mhm.
destined to come, right?
It is
I mean,
destined. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm saying
it
like
is.
the entire like playoffs, like the Lakers series, the Warriors series, he has not played more than 30 minutes. I don't think he'll start the
You
game, but
serious?
then like down the stretch, he's not really. Let me check his average, bro. He hasn't been playing that many minutes. Like at most, like 28, 27. Like
Mhm. I mean,
Nah, that's
maybe
wild. I
it's
didn't
just
know
his
that.
role. I mean, maybe they're trying to make
yeah,
him.
I mean, I get the role, but like I feel like
Mhm.
is he that? I mean, if you're Coach Finch, is he that unreliable in the fourth quarter that you put in Nas Reed instead? You decided to go kind of small ball and assist.
But you also got to think Nas Reed. I mean, he still had 8 rebounds. He had more rebounds than Rudy.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
19 minutes. I think is because you forget they're a shooting team. They're dying by the shooting. Nas Reed is a great shooter if he makes his shots at night. I mean, he shot 2 for 3 last night. I mean, I think they're just trying to find their way to shoot the most threes, and that's why they've been playing Nas Reed.
Nah, bro.
Like
Y'all know why Rudy's not playing, bro. Y'all know why he's not playing. It's
I
because
know
when he gets on the island 1-on-1 with Shea or J-Dub, he's cooked. It was the same thing when the Mavericks played the Timberwolves in that playoff series, and Luka would be on the island with Gobert, and it was ISO time. I'm seeing the same thing with him and Shea. I think maybe it's a defensive thing. Crazy enough, he's a defensive player. I think it's maybe a defensive issue.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you don't want the same experiences from last season, especially losing by that game winner to Luka and the Mavericks.
But I do think he will have a good game. Probably next
also,
game.
I think Rudy for a center is a little bit better on the perimeter than people give him credit for.
You think so? I disagree.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's a perimeter lockdown.
To be honest,
he's not locked down, but I don't think it's like obviously every big compared with the guard with like Shea or Luka, obviously every big is chicken in the long run. But I feel like for an average guard, I'd be cool with Rudy Gobert on the perimeter if it's like
that's just where all the highlights come from, though. You know what I'm saying? That's
where
all the highlights come from.
It's a clip, but I feel like in the long run when you think about it, he isn't that bad of a perimeter defender. He's not. I'm not saying he's a great one. Obviously, his skills in the paint, but it's not as bad as the clips make it seem.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. So let's briefly take it to a different way here.
Yeah.
I just worded that in the but let's look at game 4, right? Still in Minnesota. What do y'all think? What do y'all think the Thunder need to change to, you know what I mean, to get back ahead in this series?
I mean, there's nothing really to change. It's just like you had one bad game. You're gonna have one bad game in the series. Everyone in this playoffs has had a bad game in every series they have played. So you're due to have a bad one. You can easily come back and switch the series to 3-1. But it really depends if Minnesota keeps attacking. Another game like this, like attack, getting that like underdog mentality because you're down 2-0, make it 2-2 in the series. I mean, I think the momentum could shift if you go back to OKC 2-2. It's going to be a tough crowd. I mean, both these teams at home are one of the best teams in the playoffs, easily. Both great at home crowds. You just got to find a way, get this game 4 2-2, and somehow get a win at Chesapeake. Because you can win at home if you do win game 4, because that means you're going to 7 at anything. And you would like to go to 7 and if you do that, but you just got to win a game at Chesapeake, if anything, and win game 4, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, I think all signs are pointing towards them winning game 4. What are you saying, Chris?
I'm saying for OKC, I feel like them losing this game, they would have lost regardless, but the biggest thing was Minnesota had their best game and the Thunder had their worst game, so obviously it was a 40-point blowout.
That's the thing
it was just, I feel like that's not gonna really happen again. I don't think OKC they're not gonna sit here and let them do that to them again. This is like I said, this is a really, really good team, bro. I think they're gonna win game 4. It'll be a little bit closer than it has been. It'll be a tough win, but this will win.
I've been seeing NBA on NBA TikTok, you know what I mean? To be honest, I look at this game and myself and a lot of other people, I look at this game as a rest game, bro. I feel like they were gonna have to get more. And I'm not trying to
say that,
I'm not trying to discredit the Wolves. I'm not trying to discredit the Wolves because I think they're a phenomenal basketball team, a seasoned playoff basketball team. But I don't think they're better than the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'd be lying if I said that. I think this was a rest game for OKC. They were gonna lose one, guys. A sweep would have been, that would have been a statement, but I think it's just the emphasis on what you said, Chris. The fact that they lost by 42 points here makes it, that much like dramatic.
Yeah.
And you also got to think it's a quick turnaround. This, the second they beat the Nuggets, they had the game. They had 1 day of rest, and guess what? They got to play another game like that. I mean, you could say this was a game that just like rest your start, a BS game pretty much, and you're gonna win game 4, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think OKC is really like tweaking over game 3. They're not really going to win.
I don't think so either. Because in that last series, they were down by a lot worse. So I feel like they're chilling. We're all pretty much saying the same thing. But yeah, as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna be uploading every day straight for the next over the next 30 days. So make sure y'all stay tuned, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and follow the socials below so you don't miss a reel, a TikTok, or an upload. As always, we appreciate you guys.